continuation of Season 3 of the NNSCRA Coors Light Truck Series Chase for the Championship takes place here at Chase Race number 3, the first race of the second round of 6 here at the Lime Rock Raceway. And I know you're all probably wondering, while he was advertising for the past month or so, that we were going to be going to the endurance road course race of Le Mans. Well, we were, but let's just say that track didn't pan out very well. We ended up having a bunch of issues at the very beginning of the race, and so there wasn't really any sense of having these trucks run there. If you don't believe me, take a look at the footage. Try and give you the top 10 here as the pace truck's about to hit pit road. Tyler D. Oh, wait a minute. The leaders are hitting pit road. And we're getting ready to go green, I think. Or did the pace truck stay out? Green flag's out. Okay. All the leaders come to pit road. Oh, now the caution's out again. Well, I think Preston Plord just crossed the line as the leader. So I think we got 1 to green. We're going to be under 1 to green now. That was weird. So as you can see, yeah, that was the continuation of what went on. It was constantly where the pace truck was hitting the pit wall and they wouldn't get back green. And it was just not good. So we're here at Lime Rock instead for 25 laps of racing, and Lime Rock has proved itself. We know that Lime Rock's actually going to be a track that's going to work, and it's probably going to bring about some really good racing as well. The only difference that, this weekend, as opposed to most of our Lime Rock race weekends, is we actually have the cautions on. So if we end up having a yellow flag come out, that definitely could throw a strategy into these drivers possibly having to pit in this 25-lap event, although maybe they can make it on fuel. Seems like I remember we had a 25-lap event here one time and they were able to actually make it the entire race. So we'll see, as we've got 6 drivers, as you can see on the right side of your screen, that are still in the hunt for this championship. We'll document that in just a moment, but for now, it's time to go down trackside and get ourselves those most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
As Marcus Saatchi will start on the pole position. 2 seasons ago, back in Season 1, he was in the Final 4 competing for the championship. He'll start alongside of rookie Austin Colano. And as you can see, the 6 drivers that remain after the exit at Auto Club 3 weeks ago of J.J. Roberts and Michael Haas are as follows. 2 teammates out of American Motorsports, the 34 of Alex Tanker, the 38 of H Alonso. 2 teammates out of Full Frontal Motorsports, the 62 of Henry Williams, the 23 of our Daytona winner Andrew Miller. Hollywood Motorsports entry, the number 52 of Isaac Nicholls, and Monster Motorsports entry, the number 77 of Sebastian Kukulon. None of those drivers ended up winning a race in our first 2 races of the playoffs at Las Vegas or Auto Club, and so all 6 come into this race completely tied up for the points lead. This is basically the setup race for the race in 2 weeks at Rockingham, which will be the elimination race to determine the Final 4 that will battle for the championship at Homestead, Miami. So all 6 of the Chase competitors that remain want to have as good a points day as they can here today. And of course, if one of those 6 drivers manage to go to victory lane here at Lime Rock, that's an automatic ticket into the Final 4. And it will leave the 3 spots up for grabs once we get to Rockingham. Lime Rock usually is all about track position. It's a road course, and that's a typical moniker here. You can see that we are at the Lime Rock version where we are not using the bus stop, instead the longer straightaway here. So that bus stop will not be a factor. So maybe more of a passing zone down here into this corner than there would be if they were running the bus stop configuration. And then down into the very fast sweeping left-hander here, the final corner, before we get down to the front straightaway and the start-finish line. So Marcus Saatchi still looking for his first win of the season. We mentioned he was a championship competitor back in Season 1. We'll see what he's going to be able to do here. As a matter of fact, back in that Le Mans race that I actually didn't, continue to record, Marcus Saatchi was leading the race and ended up hitting the tire barriers out of the final corner. So let's see what he could do here in this race, starting on the pole position. So here we go. 25 laps await us at one of my favorite road courses on the schedule, Lime Rock Raceway. The green flag's in the air. Let's roll. Someone was stepping out 3 wide already going into this first corner, which barely holds him double wide, let alone 3 wide. Looked like that was the 58 of Gatlin Downey back there. Who's going to win out for the race lead here? Will it be Saatchi or will it be Kolano? Looks like through this corner it will be the 29, so Marcus Saatchi will go to the lead. Kolano to second. And back behind them, N Ormond looks like he's going to move into third. Well, as soon as I thought he was going to, Roger Ray's going to challenge for that position. And it looks like Roger's going to get it. Ormond's going to fall back to fourth, now under fire from Fury Gamington for fifth. Highest starting playoff driver. There you see Henry Williams. He's up, I believe, in the 9th position, maybe 8th. And the caution is out. First caution of the day. Well, the way they were racing, not much of a surprise. They were racing double wide, 3 wide early on here. And I'm trying to see, it's kind of hard to tell at a road course with the braking zones if these trucks are slowing down or if they're actually racing back. Nope, pace truck's out there, so looks like they are going to get picked up by the pace truck. Not surprised to see this early caution here. Now that they will be restarting single file, we may go green flag to the rest of the way. Don't see anybody back here really with any damage. Last running car is Bobby Fraser, so maybe he was the reason the caution came out. I don't know. Whatever it was, looks like it was just somebody spinning out possibly, and it might have been in the middle of the fields. That's why they had to throw the yellow flag and a full course caution. We're not going to step away just yet. We're going to watch them as they come out of this final corner, because if they don't come to pit road here, that means one of two things. Either they aren't far enough into their fuel window to be able to make it on fuel, or they're not going to have to pit at all. And there you see the skid marks coming out of that corner there, down this downhill slope. And it looks like whatever car it was, they spun right down in front of the racing lane. So yeah, smart move on the part of NNSCRA officials to throw the caution flag. And is the 29 going to go to pit road? Pit road's open. Nope, no takers. So let's take a look at a replay what brought out the first caution here today at Lime Rock Raceway. And it was indeed the 95 of Bobby Fraser. Seemed to get a little off course right there, and boy, it's hard to see where the contact is made. But I think he might have gotten turned off the nose of Jesse Turner. Yeah, he did. J.J. Roberts going through the grass to avoid. In the 24, Matt Haas just gets by. There's Sebastian Kukulon, one of our playoff contenders, just clearing. And it looks like for the most part everybody really got through it unscathed. Just the 95 going around off the nose of the 12. Wyatt Walker with a close call there. So a very tame yellow flag here. Not a lot of contact, not a lot of damage. And it looks like all 42 trucks will be able to continue. Well, we run road course yellows, which means that after the pits are open, the next time by, the lights go out on the pace truck and we go back racing, which gives us more opportunities for green flag racing. So you see the lights are out atop the pace truck. Saatchi, boy, I still cannot get into the habit of saying that last name correctly. Been so used to calling him Saatchi back from season 1. But Saatchi will restart the leader. Kolano there in second. Roger Ray moved up to third. N Ormond fourth. Fury Gamington fifth. Then you got Erica Douglas up there in 6th. Henry Williams, highest running playoff driver, currently in 7th. Michael Haas 8th. 9th is Charlie Buxton. And then another playoff contender completing the top 10, and Alex Tanker. So 2 of our 6 up in the top 10. Let's see where the other 4 are going to be restarting. Boy, you got to go a long ways down before you find those other 4. Andrew Miller back in 21st. There's H Alonso 34th. Sebastian Kukulon 36th. And I'm missing one. Where is 52? 19th, Isaac Nicholls. So right now, as they run, the bottom 2 drivers would be Kukulon and Alonso. We'll see if they can improve on their positions here, as we'll get the restart with 22 laps to go. Green flag's in the air, and boy, I don't know if the 29 checked up the field or if Kolano just didn't get going, but Marcus Saatchi was out of the gate flying, and he's already opened up about a car length and a half between himself and the 10 exiting out of the first corner. Kolano under fire now for second. V Gamington. He was trying to get by Nathan Norman for fourth before that caution came out. Now he's going to succeed, and now Henry Williams. Remember, if a playoff driver wins, they're into the Final Four. Henry Williams knows that, and he's going to move to 5th place. We just had a change for second. R Rey making his way around Austin Kolano, so the 99 is going to move into the runner-up position. That truck was a 2-time winner last season, as I recall. Are we under caution again? We're not, but there was a truck that was on pit road just a moment ago I just saw there. I couldn't make out who it was, though. It was a white truck. H Alonso is smoking, though. So whatever it was, didn't bring out the caution, and J.J. Roberts is on pit road in the 24. One of our playoff contenders, though, the 38 of Alonso, his day is over, and now he's going to find himself in a big deficit when we get to Rockingham. J.J. Roberts involved as well 1 week after getting eliminated from the playoffs, and here comes R Rey for the lead. It's a battle between Smart Motorsports teammates. Whoa! Oh, I think the 29 may have gotten the wall there, and that's a tire barrier off that corner. No visible damage to the left side of his machine, though it looks like maybe a little damage on the left rear quarter panel. So he's going to try and battle back here against R Rey for the top position. Both these drivers looking for their first win of the season. Neither one really have anything to lose. They're not battling for a championship. And you guys have probably already seen what happened to J.J. Roberts and playoff contender H Alonso, courtesy of our NSA split cam, as R Rey runs way wide through that corner. And M Saatchi will go back to the lead. Henry Williams now battling for third with Austin Kolano. Williams trying to get himself up towards the front of the field. He'll clear for the spot as Kolano got 2 tires off the course. Right now, only 2 of our playoff contenders are up inside of the top 10. Williams, as we documented, in 3rd, and then you go back to about 7th, and that's where you find Alex Tanker, whose teammate Alonso already has had problems, and the caution flag is out. Second time today, the yellow flag will wave. M Saatchi with the race lead will pace us once again. And it looks like one of the Climertech Motorsports cars may have brought out this caution. Josh Drake, our Bristol winner in the 53. Bobby Fraser's coming to pit road. Jake Galloway also there. Fraser brought out our first caution. Derek Hamill, second of the American Motorsports trucks to find problems here today. Vince Almariego also on pit lane in the 2 for Wrigley Motorsports. So caution is out for the second time today. We're not yet even close to the halfway point. Still about 5.5 laps before we get there. Let's go back and see what brought out this yellow flag. As a matter of fact, what we're going to do is we're going to go back. We're going to see what happened to H Alonso, J.J. Roberts now. And then we're going to go and take a look at what brought out the yellow flag. This was actually back on the restart. When we went back green after our first caution, TJ Handley going to run way wide through the first corner, as is JJ Roberts, and Roberts going to basically take a bullet for Handley. He hits the edge of that steel guardrail right down in front of the 38, and another of our playoff contenders right there, Sebastian Kukulon, almost got involved. This is the second near miss the 77 has had today, but Roberts gets hard into the steel guardrail, and you can see that hit that he got into the 38 was enough for that car to start erupting in smoke. So that caution was a big break for Sebastian Kukulon, but that didn't bring out a yellow flag. Let's take a look and see what did. Well, again, the incident in one of the areas where our camera angle isn't that great, but it looks like Z Winkle's going to get some help from E Barber. He's going to spin his truck around, and then as Barber tries to bring it back onto the racing surface, he's going to get into the 33 of Caleb Farrell. Little contact there for one of our playoff contenders, I Nicholls, the 52. And then I mentioned that this is a very fast corner, and there you see Derek Hamill nowhere to go. He goes up and hits that steel guardrail pretty good. Sebastian Kukulon, is he going to go 3 for 3 in avoidance? Yes, he is. My goodness. But I think we had something else happen. Let's go back and see what that was. That last replay we showed you was actually something that happened coming to the yellow flag. This was actually what brought out the yellow flag. 3 wide through this section. Derek Hamill in the middle, Josh Drake on the right, Jesse Turner on the left. Drake's going to be the one that gets the losing of positions the most right there. Ooh, Wyatt Walker got clipped in the left rear, and then you see some contact there between Jake Galloway, Joshua Ciculli as they try and avoid, and yet another miss for Sebastian Kukulon in the 77. My goodness, he's been driving like crazy today. Oh, Vince Almariego is going to get a piece of it right there as well in the 2, so that's where he got his damage. So there's 2 of the Wrigley Motorsports Ford F-Series there on the crest of that hill. Bobby Fraser, I think, got a little piece of that. Either that or he lost some momentum getting into the gravel off that corner, and Jesse Turner also getting a piece of that. And then that incident we showed you before this was actually something that happened down in the later corners after this incident had taken place, bringing out the second caution of the day. Well, at this point, 2 drivers are out of the race. J.J. Roberts, Sergio Alonso, which we showed you in the first replay there. 2 cars are currently scored off the lead lap, Jake Galloway and Vince Almariego. Not certain if they're back on track or not. So 5 of our 6 championship competitors are still running, highest of them Henry Williams in 3rd. Alex Tanker currently is in 7th. Let's see if any of our other drivers have made any progress. Andrew Miller has now moved up to 15th. Isaac Nicholls currently in 20th. Sebastian Kukulon, with those misses that we saw him have, he's up to 26th now. And where is the other competitor? Where is the other one? I guess I found them all. Yeah, I guess I did find them all. Just thinking of, I think, Sergio Alonso, who's already out of the race. So teammates line up 1-2 for the restart. Green flag back in the air with a total of 17 laps to go. Should make mention we've had 2 cautions, and under both yellows, none of the drivers that have been up at the front have come to pit road. So I think even if there was a question of fuel, these 2 yellow flags have allowed them to clutch and save quite a bit of fuel, so I think they're good to go the rest of the way. Roger Ray with a slip up there. That's going to open the door for Henry Williams to try and take 2nd. Question is, can Williams get him off this corner? And he will, as Roger Ray does run a little wide. So now Williams moves up into 2nd place. Right now, the 3 drivers that are running really well, putting themselves in a good position at Rockingham to get one of the available final 4 positions would be Williams in the 62, Tanker the 34, and Andrew Miller in the 23, who is up inside the top 15 trying to crack the top 10. Battle for 2nd, Roger Ray back to the inside of Henry Williams. Oh, someone way off course back there. That is the 3 of Charlie Buxton, and a couple of other cars have gone way off the course too. That's Erica Douglas in the 22, and I believe that's Wyatt Walker in the 13. They're going to get back on the course. There's Buxton. I think that there's no caution. A couple of other trucks went off the course there. Daniel Bouchard and Andrew Rich rather. And Isaac Nicholls went off the course, and he is stuck in the guardrail in the fencing. We are under yellow. Caution waves for the 3rd time today, and the 2nd of our playoff contenders encountering issues, the 52 of Nicholls, and he had to teleport to pit road apparently. Now, I don't know if he's going to be able to continue, but even if he does, he's going to be trapped off the lead lap, and at a road course it is so difficult to pick up positions when you are trapped off the lead lap. And Alex Tanker, talk about a driver picking up spots. He's up to 5th now with Williams there in 3rd. And I'm not really sure. We saw a lot of cars off track. We saw Douglas, Walker, and Buxton off the course behind the guardrail off this corner. We saw Andrew Rich and Daniel Bouchard off the course off this section. And then we saw Isaac Nicholls was off course. As he sits on pit road, he was in the guardrail. So I don't know which of those incidents actually brought out the yellow. Well, let's take a look at all 3, shall we? You carry so much speed into this corner, and it is so slick. And Buxton, once he gets the 2 left side tires off the racing surface, it almost as if the car won't turn. The car goes straight. Unfortunately for him, he didn't pull what J.J. Roberts did and hit that steel guardrail on its edge. He was able to swing out around it and then merge back on track, as did Erica Douglas and Wyatt Walker, who you see Erica there up on the top of your screen. There's the 83 of Bouchard, the 54 of Andrew Rich. Let's see what happens to them. Do they get a little help here from the 3? Oh, yeah, Buxton merges back onto the track in front of these guys, and this is actually what costs Isaac Nicholls as well. Nicholls was involved in this, and you're going to see him on the right side of your screen. Right there, the rear end of his truck's going to go into the chain link fencing, and that actually lodges the rear bumper in there. He couldn't get free. Rich and Bouchard were able to, so it was actually Charlie Buxton getting off course that caused all these incidents here for Rich, Bouchard, and playoff contender Isaac Nicholls. There you see the 52 trapped in the chain link fence, was unable to move. Doesn't look like a whole lot of damage on that truck, but because of teleporting, he's going to lose at least a lap and a lot of valuable track position as well. Lights are out atop the pace truck. I said no one came to pit road under our first 2 cautions. A number of our leaders did under this one, including a number of drivers that were up at the front. M Saatchi gave up the race lead. Austin Colano, Fury Gamington, they all came in to pit lane. And so the question of fuel might actually be there. We'll have to wait and see. Isaac Nicholls did return to the racetrack. He is 38th last time scored, 1 lap down. So he needs to hope and pray for a yellow. I think we do have double file restarts here, so if he can get up here alongside the 99 before we go back green, he might have a chance of maybe being able to get a quick caution and get back on the lead lap, but we're going to have to see if he's got time to be able to do that. There is more than 10 laps to go, so he may have that opportunity. R Rey inherits the lead now with his teammate Saatchi coming to pit road. Henry Williams in second, Alex Tankard there in third. Then it's Tyler Deaver, Caitlin Tsang, the top 5. And then it's Ace Garcia and I believe Andrew Miller, the top 7. So 3 of our championship competitors are right now inside the top 10. It's Michael Haas, looks like that Jake Moss and Gatlin Downey, I believe, the top 10. You can't really rely on the top left right now because it's all messed up with drivers that came to pit road and drivers who didn't. It will update when they cross the line here. We are going to be past the halfway point now, as the green flag will go back in the air on lap 13 of 25, and 99 was ready for the restart that time. Battle between playoff contenders for second. Tanker hounding Williams. Tyler Deaver right there. Caitlin Tsang as well as Ace Garcia. Both Deaver and Garcia had been in the playoffs for the last 2 seasons. Didn't make it this year. There's the 23 of Andrew Miller, trying to work his way up into the top 5. Garcia going to get a little off course. That's going to open the door for Miller. Meanwhile, Henry Williams, I think, went a little wide through that corner. Oh, and Williams got the wall right there, too. That's going to easily give the second position to Tanker. And now Williams under fire for third as there's a truck on pit road. Are we under caution is the question. Doesn't look like it. And that looked like the 11 of Jake Galloway that was on pit road, the Goodyear Ford F-Series. And that is indeed the case. No yellow. Oh, Tanker's off course. Tanker in the 34, one of our playoff contenders. He's going to bring it back on the track. Almost got into the 90 of Z Winkle, but they all hang on to it. But boy, did he lose a lot of positions as a result. And there's Charlie Buxton. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the other Michael Lohr Motorsports car. Caleb Farrell off course. There's Nicholls. 38th is where he scored. Look at the traffic back here, including M Saatchi, who was leading a majority of this race earlier on. There's Kolano in the 10. He was on pit road. Nathan Ormond, he was on pit lane this last time around. And it just really congested back here. Kukalan rather. Whoa! Almost some contact. Oh, we got a wreck on the front straightaway! And, oh, Kolano's in it. I thought he was going to snake his way through. And not Kolano, Kukalan. Wow. Fail on my part. Ace Garcia, Tyler Deaver involved as well. I think Andrew Rich got a piece. And the 4th yellow of the day. Was that Nicholls? Yes, it was. A bad day goes worse for the driver of the 52. Daniel Bouchard was in it. Jake Moss was in it. and that brings out the yellow flag once again. Roger Ray, I think, had already crossed the line when that wreck took place in the front straightaway. Look out, there's the 77 of Kukulon still sitting there. We are now under yellow, as the leader just took the caution. My goodness. This race has been anything but tame. T Tsang moved into second. I think Erica Douglas is a lap down in 34th. Williams is actually in 5th. Or in 3rd, rather. Gatlin Downey in 4th, and right now Andrew Miller would complete your top 5. So both the full frontal motorsports playoff contenders running well. Now I'm going to be very interested to see here. Now we're going to actually go back and look at the replay first, but then we'll come back and find out, are these leaders going to have to hit pit road? Because we saw M Saatchi give up the race lead on the last caution to come to pit road, so we'll see if these drivers can save enough here, or are they going to actually have to pit under this yellow flag, and we will be restarting with less than 10 to go. We're going to look first, see what happened with the 11 of Jake Galloway, who was a lap down in 38th place. Coming off this corner 3 wide with Caleb Farrell, Sebastian Kukulon, and Kukulon forces Galloway down and into the tire barriers, and that just rips the whole front end of his car, or truck in this case. And that was it for him. My goodness, that is a hard lick into those tire barriers. Just no way you can repair the damage when you go hood first, nose first, radiator probably pushed in. And that takes Galloway out of this race. Now let's see what happened on the front straightaway. Well, Julio Cesar had been doing a good job working his way up into the top 10. He's going to be battling here with Ace Garcia for positions. He's coming off the final corner onto the front straightaway. Oh! Huh. Tyler Deaver tries throwing a block on Garcia, and there just was, and Garcia was already there. There's Jake Moss getting involved. Tyler Deaver took a hard hit into those tire barriers too. And then as you look further up here, there's Deaver getting a shot from, I think that's Nathan Stapleton. He's going to hit the steel guardrail. Tanker just squeaks through. And then Nicholls right there. Oh, with the right front. And then watch these guys, all 3 wide coming off the corner. Where are they going to go? 51's in their way. Nowhere for Josh Drake or Andrew Rich to go. Look at the debris flying in through the air. There's Bouchard getting a piece of it in the 83. See if we can get a better camera angle here. No, not really. I guess this is as good as it's going to get. There's where Kukulon got involved. I thought he was going to avoid it. Derek Hamill, I think, got a piece. Fury Gamington, I think, was involved as well. Nathan Ormond there in the 0-5. I don't know if he got a piece or if he had to just come to a stop. Left side of your screen, Tony Green just did get through. But wow. Another playoff contender, 2 playoff contenders there. Kukulon and Nicholls involved in this one and making things look pretty rosy for drivers like Henry Williams and Andrew Miller to maybe make it into the Final 4. Green flag set to come back out with 8 laps to go. Leaders did not come to pit lane, and with less than 10 to go, all the lap down cars line up with the lead lap cars. So that 22 of Erica Douglas is a lap down, but certainly could play a factor as the green flag's back in the air. Roger Ray over T Tsang, Henry Williams, Gatlin Downey, and Andrew Miller. That is your top 5. Then it was Michael Haas, Hilary Sanchez, Julio Cesar, then T.J. Handley, and Matt Haas. That is your top 10. After the incidents we saw, we got a number of drivers that are out of the race now, including Bouchard, Moss. Kukulon will retire out in 34th position, so tough break for a playoff contender there. Andrew Rich is out. 36, that's where we'll find Isaac Nicholls finishing out the day. So another tough break for another chase driver. And also out Josh Drake, Tyler Deaver, Ace Garcia, and Jake Galloway, joining J.J. Roberts and our first retiree of the day, Chaser H Alonso. So 3 of our 6 chasers out of this race. 50% of our chasers still running and having a big opportunity of being able to make it into the Final 4, depending on what happens at Rockingham next week. Last season, the 99 went to victory lane twice with Sky Commons behind the wheel. Ended up winning at Kansas and Madrid, Kansas a mile-and-a-half track, Madrid a super speedway, so this would actually be the first time, if R Rey is able to close the deal, that the 99 would actually go to victory lane at a road course, but saw him mess up that corner, and T Tsang's going to make a move for the race lead. And the caution is out, so we're racing back to the yellow, and T Tsang's got about a half truck length in hand, and she's going to get it at the line. That was M Saatchi, the pole sitter, that was up against the wall there on the front straightaway. Now we will get back green, but that drag race to the line determined who's going to be the leader when we do go back green. T Tsang was able to do that, and another thing that we should point out too, Erica Douglas, who was 29th, was the last truck on the lead lap and actually crossed the line ahead of the leader, so she will actually start the tail end of the field back on the lead lap, so a big break for the driver of the 22 truck. Are we racing back to the caution? Oh, we're not yet under yellow. We're racing back to the caution, so it's actually back again, battle for the lead, and R Rey just took it back. My error. I thought we had taken the yellow flag. Are we under caution? We are under caution. Why? Okay. Saatchi is now on pit road. I'm a little confused about that one. We saw the pit road was closed before the leaders hit the start-finish line, so they should have, at that point, taken the yellow flag. They raced it back around one more time. I am a little perplexed by that. Well, we will get back green still because we got the road course yellows, but I thought T Tsang was going to be the leader under caution. They raced around another time for some odd reason, and R Rey got the race lead back, so he'll be the leader when we go back green. Over T Tsang, Michael Haas, Henry Williams, and Julio Cesar, and actually kind of interesting here, when we go back green, the three remaining chase contenders in the field are actually going to start in the top 10. You got Williams in 4th, Miller in 6th, and Tanker in 10th. But for now, let's go back and see what happened to the pole sitter. And again, in our blind spot here through this corner, so we can't really see where the initial contact was, but it looks like it was an incident further up ahead of M Saatchi. Preston Plord hooking around Colin Lindsay in the 21. And Lindsay, I don't think, comes back on the track, but they were practically 4 wide through this corner with V Almariego, M Saatchi, and N Ormond, and it's the 29 and the 05 that go up, and boy, Saatchi hit that steel guardrail pretty doggone good. Nose first. Ormond with a lot of left side damage. And I had thought the caution was out at this point. There you see Tony Green actually headed for pit road. I think he was trying to avoid the wreck, turned hard right, and then had to commit to the pit lane. So not what he was looking for, but I want to go down here real quickly. We're going to come here to this point. Okay, let's go back. Looking here at the flagman. Alright, there's the flagman right there. Now at this point there is no caution. I thought I had seen the flagman with a red flag out at the entrance of pit road. Alright, so let's go here and let's see if indeed the caution did not come out until after the 99 and the 34 had crossed the line. Still no yellow, still no yellow. So at this point, okay, and here we go. Yeah, okay, wow. So I was incorrect. I saw the flagman holding the red flag at the entrance of pit road, so I thought that we were under caution at that point. Caution hadn't been thrown. There you see T Tsang wins the battle back to the line, while we still are under green at this point. It's not until we get to, I mean, what is it that ends up having them throw the yellow flag? Was it the 29 still sitting there? Or what? There's the 29. Just under the flagman. Yellow flag waves there. Did we have another incident that brought out the caution? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. The 29 did not bring out the caution. It was actually right here with the 47 of Fury Gamington. And it looks like he might have gotten a little bit of help from Jesse Turner. So we actually were not at that point under the caution. Wow. Another blind spot here, unfortunately, back behind a hill, but we kind of saw the start of it with Turner getting into the left rear quarter panel, or sorry, the right rear quarter panel, I should say, of Fury Gamington. Both cars traverse up the hillside there. And, whoa, close call there by the 0-5 of Nathan Norman. That right there was the incident that actually brought out the caution. So the whole time, that one lap, I thought we were under yellow. We actually weren't. Caution didn't come out until this spin. So everything else up to that point, we were still green flag racing. So credit to NNSCRA for keeping it green up to that point, but they had to throw the caution for the 47. So Roger Ray, even though he lost the lead the lap before, we were still green. He got the lead back. He'll restart ahead of T Tsang, Michael Haas, Henry Williams, and Julio Cesar. I believe the top 10 are all lined up with no lap traffic in between. Andrew Miller, then Gatlin Downey, Matt Haas, H Sanchez, and Alex Tanker. That's your top 10. 3 of our championship competitors are definitely going to be in good stead heading into our race in 2 weeks at Rockingham, that being Williams, Miller, and Tanker if they manage to stay where they're at. But up here at the front, look at all these drivers that are trying to get their first win of the season. We've got Ray in the lead, Tsang there in second, Cesar in fifth. Michael Haas, who won at Darlington, there in third, trying to get his second win of the season. Question is, can we, for these final 2 and a little then some laps, run green to the checkers? Top 3 all kind of messed up that corner as we got a battle for 5th. That's Andrew Miller to the inside of Julio Cesar. Let's drop back to that as the spot has actually been picked up by the 23. And there is Tanker. He just worked his way around H Sanchez. He's up to 9th. Back up towards the front, closest battle is going to be for second. T Tsang trying to hold off Michael Haas. Tsang's looking for her first career win. She's been in the series ever since season 1. Has yet to go to victory lane. Roger Ray trying to get the 99 truck into victory lane for the 3rd time in 2 seasons. T Tsang's going to mount another charge. Trying to get her nose to the inside, can't quite do it. I thought maybe Roger Ray might go a little wide through this corner. It's going to lose him some momentum, and T Tsang's back alongside him as they head into the final few turns. Ooh, is he going to hit the wall? Roger Ray's going to scrape the wall a little bit. That's going to turn the lead over to the 37. All she needs is to see the white flag as we are still green and the white flag is in the air. We're racing back to the checkers no matter what. Ray in second. He's had the strongest car all day next to his teammate Saatchi. He's going to try and get back the top position on this final lap. T Tsang trying to hold him off. Michael Haas waiting in the wings. He's going to try for second place. T Tsang's just got to hit her marks. Not worry about the 99. If she worries about him, she's probably going to mess up. She got a little wide in that corner. Ray's going to make a charge for the race lead here coming into this corner. Oh, that 37's probably going to go a little wide into this corner. Let's see if she can keep it on the racetrack. Not going to be able to do it. Loses momentum. She's going to lose the race lead, it looks like, to Roger Ray. Ray back to the point, but can he hang on here in the final corner? Out of the final turn, Roger Ray by a truck length. He's going to make the pass on the final lap, get back to the race lead, and pick up his first career win here at Lime Rock Raceway. A day basically dominated by Smart Motorsports. You had Marcus Saatchi leading the first portion of this race, and then you had Roger Ray inherit the race lead to follow up and close out the deal. First win of his career. Roger Ray gets it done here today at Lime Rock. And how about that for this team? Roger Ray comes into this race struggling so badly. 38th in the standings coming into this race. 2 top 10s, but not a top 5 to his credit until today, as he will finish P1 at the road course of Lime Rock. And take a look here. The teammates, Henry Williams, Andrew Miller, finish in 4th and 5th. So they're going to have a very big advantage of being able to possibly make it into the Final Four when we get to Rockingham, North Carolina in 2 weeks. And a driver that kind of faded from view out of the top 10 was Alex Tanker. Now we know that Marcus Saatchi had struggles here today, obviously, but how about the rest of Smart Motorsports? Ray got the win. Julio Cesar brings it home in 7th. And Elijah Gordon popped up into the top 10 late to finish in 9th. Pretty impressive day here for those Ford F-Series out of Smart Motorsports. Tanker managed to finish in 11th, just slipped out of the top 10 there. in the closing stages. And also, what a great day for WF9 Motorsports. Caitlin Tsang didn't get the win. She'll get second. H Sanchez 8th. And Ciculli was just outside the top 10 in the 12th position. And then, of course, we mentioned as well Full Frontal Motorsports with that 4th and 5th run for their two chase competitors. But you look at the rest of the drivers that finished in the top 10. Michael Haas finishing there in 3rd. Great run for him after he got eliminated from the last round. Gatlin Downey going to finish in 6th. And Matt Haas closes out the top 10. So both of the Haas racing cars finished in the top 10 here today as well. Look on down through the remainder of the finishing results here. We went down through 12th. TJ Handley brings it home 13th. Teammates Plord and Barber get 14th, 15th. Stapleton, who had that bit of damage there, he's going to finish in 16th place, though. Charlie Buxton, who went off course, he finishes 17th. Colano started outside the front row, 18th. Erica Douglas raced her way back onto the tail end of the lead lap, and now finishes with a top 20. That's quite a comeback finish for that 22 team. Caleb Farrell going to finish out the top 20. Just look on down through the remainder of the finishing results. We talked about 3 drivers that did well here today. Of our remaining 6 compete for the championship, the other 3 going to really have to move their tails when they get to Rockingham. Sebastian Kukul on 34th, Isaac Nicholls 36th, and Hergel Alonso dead last here today. So those 3 could very well be the ones that'll battle out for that 4th and final transfer spot into the Final Four at Homestead Miami to compete for the championship. We're going to have to wait and see if that's the case. Troubles could hit drivers like Miller or Williams or Tanker in the upcoming race at Rockingham and make it a even closer fight than we expect, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Caution-filled race here today, but R Rey closes it out with his first career win. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give us a like, subscribe, to become part of the crew today. We've shown you full finish results. These are rookie points and your overall points, as well as your updated playoff points heading into our next race. That'll be in 2 weeks at Rockingham, North Carolina. We still have Lime Rock racing here this weekend, the Hershey's Cup Series drivers. They've whittled it down now to the Elite 8 and now begin the road towards the Final Four. Then next week, we go to Kansas for the Last of Us Late Series season finale. We'll be determining the champion there. Then we head to Texas for the Pizza Hut X Series and Hershey's Cup Series drivers. And then we cap off the season with the top 3 series, Trucks, Pizza Hut, and Hershey's at Rockingham, North Carolina. And then championship weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway. All that to come as we get ever closer to determining our champions for our 4 respective series. Till then, I've been Seth Cole, and you've been watching production of the SRA Offline Racing at its best.